Oh man, that hurts. How long was I out? I'm laying down on something soft. Where am I? Did he just knock me out? My vision clears and I sit up from the plastic bed. Where am I? Where's my face? Sure is bright in here. Oh shit. They broke my sunglasses. Lucky I brought my reserve pair. Oh my god. Much better. That's amazing. I stand from the rubber mattress, taking in the tiny room finally. All alone, not even a school nurse or anything. Oh, there she is. Looks like she's attending to another student who has his snout stuck in a cone. Huh. Looking at the clock on the wall, it's already noon. That would explain the pounding headache. Finally awake, Shades? I sit ramrod straight, the fear of God stricken into me once more. Calm yourself, cadet. You ate dirt pretty hard back there. Oh man, yeah. Wait, you did that? I did. Pelted you right in the back. Do you know why? Because I messed up? Be more specific, kid. Because I couldn't be a good teammate and I got hit in the face? Wrong. It was after that. Nothing happened after that. No, you gave up. But I was doing well. You think so? I was blocking the balls and all. You weren't blocking anything. You were showing off. You found a single thing you could do and started dancing around like a clown. You focused on the easy thing and gave up the real thing. You were so focused that you forgot to look around for a moment. And here you are. I know a defeated man when I see one. And there's no way in hell I'm letting a student of mine give up so easily. Jesus, this is my first day. It's the first period of the first day, and you're already giving up. Either way, that's a pretty bad lump you've ended with. You gotta watch around some students, if you know what I mean. I blink a few times and recall the chick that yelled at me to catch, followed by pounding me in the face. That one, she's He chuckles to himself a bit. She's something, alright. Yeah, looked like the devil herself. Anyways, take the rest of the day off, kid. What? I'm telling you to go home. The principal gave the okay. I feel my head again. Another stab of pain. Am I really not good enough to go to Am I really not good to go back to class? Jesus. Wasn't I getting lectured about this just a few moments ago? Well, I don't want to give up so easy. No. You should go home to your folks. He scratches the back of his head, slightly embarrassed. Right. About that. We tried calling him earlier. Couldn't reach him. I give a sad half smile. Yeah, sounds about right. I can make it home fine on my own. He nods. When you get back, don't give up so easily. He holds the door to the nurse's office open. I nod and exit the office, Coach Solly closing the door behind us. Well, bye, Coach. Wow, my first day really ended shit. Oh, and here's for tomorrow. A brown paper bag is shoved into my arms, along with my backpack. Peeking in, I see something blue and gold wrapped in plastic. If you hadn't been late, you could have changed into those. Thank you, sir. Next time, Shades. Think faster. Got it? Yes, sir. His smile is positively unnerving. Now scram, cadet. Aw, he's alright. I like you, Coach Solly. Just a cut of the old jib. That's not a saying, is it? Well, this is officially the worst first day I've ever had. As my feet drag along the linoleum floor, I can't help but painfully think of all the failures of the past few hours. No thanks to a very prominent bump on the back of my head. Ow. I'm worse than everyone here, both on a creative and physical level. I know I really shouldn't be bothered by it, but I hate seeing just how far behind I am compared to everyone else. And I thought I'd make new friends. What was I thinking? I stop and shake my head a bit. What the heck am I doing sulking like this? It's a bad first day, but it's just the first day. There's still all the rest. I still met Ben and Damien. They're pretty cool. I'm not going to let my optimism be ruined just because of a bad dodgeball match. Just you wait, St. Hammond. Today was a test run. Tomorrow's the real deal. And morning comes. Ooh! Oh, hell yeah. Look at my room. Badass. I've always had a decent internal clock, but it's a new record for me to get accustomed to a new sleeping schedule in just one day. Is that 3:30? Especially with this fully grown lump on my scalp. I move an arm from my sheets and feel my head. Yeah, that's bruised real good. Could be worse though. All right, time to get up. I slump out of bed and yawn. I don't mean to tell you this, but the lump you feel on your head is just your head. Stretching my arms and cracking my spine a bit. My new room is pretty nice. Quite spacious, even with all the still sealed boxes. What boxes? I don't see any boxes. I brush my hand over one of them, the one with my other clothes. I'll get around to opening them at some point. Right now though, it's time for breakfast. And you can't give up wearing that sick jacket. Ooh, kitchen. I shuffle downstairs into the heart of the house. The morning sunbeams shining through the window draw my eyes to look out to the new neighborhood. The driveway's empty. Looks like my parents are already gone for the day. No surprise there, really. It's all they ever focus on. Why is there like cleaning stuff right here? Is that where people just leave cleaning shit? A shiver runs up my spine as my feet step on the icy tiles of the kitchen. My eyes are drawn to some taped up boxes that are still scattered about on the counters. There's a familiar sticky note on the fridge and I don't even have to read it to know what it says. At this point, Mum's just wasting paper. The least she could do is reuse the same note and make small addendums to it. I snag a plate from the nearest drawer and open up the freezer. No fresh produce to be seen, but there's still the mostly full box of breakfast burritos. Oh. Yeah, I've been trying to appreciate ethnic cultures more. What? Wait, what? Plate loaded with a couple of the minuscule flour-wrapped meals. I set the microwave and wait for the burritos to hopefully not explode or burn inside. While I wait though, I check my phone. I don't think I've ever had a breakfast burrito, like ever in my life, and I probably never will. Not that I don't want to, but I probably can't now. I scan over my newsfeed and check out some of the people I'm subscribed to, hoping there's something to watch during my meal. Unfortunately, nobody posts videos or streams this early in the morning. Guess I'll just watch a suggested video then. I prop my phone up and click on something random. At the ding of the microwave, I retrieve my breakfast, carrying it carefully so I don't burn my hands on the bottom of the plate. I give the first burrito a test bite and... ugh, the inside is still cool. Ooh, that is the worst. I don't want to stick it back in though. The tortilla would just become a brick then. I shrug it off, continue chewing and watch my phone. Top of the morning, folks! Top of the morning, folks! By the time the video ends, I finished the last of the half-thawed burritos. Was that a Jacksepticeye joke? Hilarious. Top of the morning, laddies! Pocketing my phone, I slip the plate into the sink and head out for the day. It's crazy to me to think about like how time has like gone so quickly with like I can easily picture my life where Jacksepticeye wasn't in it and then when he became a thing. Like it's crazy. What am I saying, Rushy? Be concise and to the point. Concise to the point. It is crazy how long Jacksepticeye has been around. At least it feels crazy to me. Also, I'm drinking coffee. It's delicious. Iced coffee, to be precise. None of this hot stuff. This time, I'm at least getting through the day. Today, survival. Tomorrow, thrival. Ugh, I don't like that. I'll work on it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. On the metro again, I take a little more time to check out my surroundings. The sun shines through the windows across from my normal seat. There's this one chick that was there yesterday, probably on her way to work. This one? It's probably a set routine for her at this point. She always does a bit of makeup first and then checks her phone the rest of the way. When the sun shines through the window, it highlights her hair in a really neat way. Like a movie poster almost. Whoa. I take a picture, but it might be a little too awkward for me. Also, everything's disappeared. Why is it so dark? How's Hammond treating you so far, Mr. Nito? I don't know who this is, so... A voice so deep. Oh no. I feel it reverberate in my bones, calls from above. Oh. I'm taken aback at his authoritative stature. His head is nearly grazing the top of the passenger car. How did he even get in here? Oh, it's been great so far, Mr. First. That was awful. He offers out his hand for a handshake, though his palm alone smothers my entire hand. How do you know my name? You're clearly going to school. The nearest one is in Hammond, and I'm already aware of a new human student. If you don't mind my profiling. I don't know what this voice is. We're just gonna roll with it. Whoa. You got all that just from looking at me?
I'm partially joking. Your full name is printed on your backpack. No, that's dangerous, right? Oops.
Why is his full name on his back? Yep, that's me, alright.
But please, I know it's only been a few days since the year started, but I'd like to hear your opinion so far.
Was this a questionnaire or something? I can't do deep voices. This is all I got.
Not exactly, but it is of some importance to an assignment of mine.
What does that mean?
What am I being secretive for? I'm here to audit your school, see the teachers, know the students, make sure it's a proper place of learning. I wish it was something worth being secretive about. More often than not, it's just paperwork and office politics.
Oh, alright then. My thoughts on the school so far. I consider telling him about a teacher nailing you with a dodgeball to make a point. Nah, I'm over it. Well, the classes that I have are great, and the teachers I have are a dynamic bunch. He thumbs the inside of his coat pocket for his pen, but decides he doesn't need it yet.
I see. Any favorites?
I mean, I don't like to have favorites, but all the staff seem pretty lively. First, let's add a heavy, rumbling chuckle.
That's certainly good to hear. And what are your fellow students? Made any friends?
It's been a bit of a struggle, but it's always been that way for me since my folks move around a lot. I think I'm doing pretty good this time around.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's the jacket.
The jacket?
I give my lapel a quick tug for extra style points. The Coastline Cotton Nylon Bomber number 32. Part of the latest catalogue by NF.
I see.
Does he need to lean so close to inspect it? If the carriage rocks in any way, he'd probably turn me into a piece of modern art against the window. Ugh.
And that's really what the youth are into these days.
Hey, the results speak for themselves. Whatever he's thinking about, it's got nothing to do with his work. I think I have a pretty good idea on what it could be, though. Mr. Ferris, do you got no swag? Oh my god.
Huh? Well, I guess that probably answers it. I admit to being a little grey. I'm aware I'm not exactly with it anymore.
Well, even the older generation can dress to impress. You just have to see what people today like to wear.
I'm certainly willing to listen to the youth of today, yes.
He's gone southern. I think all my voices just end up southern. Well,
it is somewhat important to my job to know how the student body thinks. And my niece often suggests dressing more relaxed, whatever that means.
I'm turning him into like, what's his name? Benoit Blanc. Although an awful impression of it. I am no Shane Top. Does she ever see you in casual clothes?
I'm wearing them now.
I can save him. The rest of the trip was quick, but we continue a small talk about trends. When we arrive at my stop, he attempts to give me his business card. For someone whose mere presence could stop a fight, he seems like a genuinely nice fellow. Oh, I look forward to talking to him again. Like that guy. Oh, me and Damien, hey. Oh god, those burritos were a mistake. My stomach is rolling after the warm-ups. I'm in my uniform.
All right, maggots.
Whoa.
All right, maggots. Today we'll be working on your cardiovascular system. By that I mean a good old-fashioned mile run. I want everyone out on the track field yesterday.
I notice Damien's mouth opens as soon as Coach Sully yells the words.
And no, Damien, that doesn't mean I want you to time travel. Unless, of course, you mean running so fast that you hit 88 miles an hour.
Jesus. And just as quickly, Damien shuts his mouth again and shoots Sully a thumbs up. Sully's only reply is to let out a snort.
Double time it now, cupcakes.
There's no hesitation for me this time. I follow the rest of the class and do the run Sully wanted. Jesus. As expected, I rapidly fell behind the pack.
Hey, Inco. Nice of you to drop by. How you doing?
Damien, what are you doing back here?
Keeping my new buddy company, of course. What are you doing?
Trying not to vomit.
You're doing great then.
Thanks, I guess. Shouldn't you be at the very front of the pack, though?
Next to Mia? Nah, man, not her.
Mia?
You know, the one who knocked you out yesterday.
A brief flashback reminds me of the red Parasaurus. Ah, her.
By the by, glad to see you doing way better today. You're even up and running.
Yeah, glad I didn't wind up with permanent brain damage. Hey, question. Was what happened yesterday normal around here?
Well, Mia's a wild one, that's for sure. Best not to mess with her unless you're into those kinds of chicks. In which case, be my guest. As for Solly, yeah.
Oh, shit. Is there a way to, like... I guess, as for Solly, yeah, that's normal.
You'll get used to it, though. He ain't that bad a guy once he warms up to you.
If you say so.
Hey, don't worry, man. You're gonna fit right in. No time flat. In fact, you should sit with us at lunch. That way we can give you the proper welcome and stuff.
Lunch, I mean...
Inco, Damien, don't fall behind!
Solly's voice snaps me from my mini stupor and makes me realize just how far behind Damien and I had fallen before the rest of the class. Look at Damien's face.
Whoops, better catch up with the others before Solly brings out the punitive measure.
Excuse me, the what?
You don't want to find out, brother, trust me.
What?
Come on, dude, let's chat.
Before I can say another word, Damien gets behind me and starts pushing me forward, forcing my legs to move faster than they ever should have. I have to struggle to not trip over myself, but somehow I managed to keep up the pace that Damien was forcing my whole body to maintain. Hell yeah. Nice job, Damien. Oh my god. Yep. 5 minutes and 3 more laps later, I fall flat on my ass, my heart beating so fast and my lungs burning so fiercely that every breath feels like sandpaper scraping against my throat. Regardless of that, though, I finished the jog. The first small step towards conquering my physical weakness.
Good job, maggots. Keep this up and you'll be soldiers yet.
Solly turns to me and with a slight grin shoots me a thumbs up.
Okay, that's all for today. Hit the lockers, cupcakes.
I like how Damien came to help me up. Damien helps me back up, and I join the rest of the male students as we head back to the locker room. We talk a bit more about our interests and other school matters on the way. Damien filling me in a bit on St. Hammond's history during the 3 years he'd been in attendance. By a bit of luck, our lockers aren't that far apart from one another, but our conversation isn't a real possibility considering all the other ones going on in the relatively cramped locker rooms. There really isn't that much more time to chat before the bell rings for our next class switch. Oh, look at Damien! I wave goodbye to Damien and start looking for my next class.
Don't forget, lunch with the buds.
I nod in reply as I turn around and head down the hall towards my next class. Dude, I love Damien. Making my way down the hall, I take notice of the surroundings. Though everything about the school seemed pretty normal, there are some key modifications made to better suit the majority of the student body. Mainly water fountains that settle a good 10 or more feet above me. Overall, nothing crazy special. This next class I'm sort of looking forward to, AP Art Design. The class looks like it's in a studio classroom on the 2nd floor. Part of the school here is built to be both inside and outside, with open ceilings and walls here and there. It's kind of like how our schools are here. We have less inside. We don't really do inside. Our schools are usually all like outside. But yeah, this type of like double story, double high outside railing thing, quite common in my area, my country, I guess. Since there's also the art wing, the display pictures are coated in hydrophobic layers and framed. Although since it's the start of the year, the halls are freshly cleared, waiting to be filled in as the semesters pass. Of course, there's no shortage of drains. This hall in particular is displayed prominently in the school's advertising material, and for good reason. The carefully and expertly built dynamic between the surrounding nature, the school, and even the building materials themselves is nothing less than mystical. I can already feel the creative juices flowing. Soon enough, I'm standing just outside the door to my next class. Much like the school wall outside, it's decorated in various colours and patterns, each corner painted and tagged by different students. I barely step foot inside before the bell rings. Oh, since I was the last one in, all but one of the other seats was taken. It's pretty close to the front. While many of the students look well prepared, some are clearly ready to fall asleep within the next few minutes. Then there's the teacher. He's standing up by the board waiting for me to finish looking around and take a seat. Since he isn't urging me to look for a seat, he must be used to new students taking it all in. That must be the art teacher. Somehow he looks young and old at the same time. Well, don't want to hold up class for too long. Trying not to take the teacher's hospitality for granted, I take the seat closest to me in the front row. Even with me sitting down, the art teacher still continues to idle, instead staring at the seated students with a hazy stare. Nobody else seems to be paying attention to him, save for a few people here and there. A few students are whispering something behind me. Where was he yesterday? Hey, I'm not complaining about less work. Yeah, but on the first day? Huh. So in a way, it's the teacher's first day as well. So I didn't miss anything in this class. That's pretty cool, actually. What was that? The teacher slams the front of his desk with both fists, the sound echoing through the room. It's a signal for all auxiliary conversation to cease, and the class obeys. Despite the sudden furniture abuse, the teacher doesn't look agitated. Rather, he's got a massive grin on his face. The phrase winning smile comes to mind. Right then! The pale pterodactyl holds what looks to be a metallic tray on a stick. Good morning, class! Thank you, Raptor Jesus, for forcing me to wear prescription shades. My classmates are all wincing in pain and wiping at their eyes. And welcome to AP Art Design. He holds up the stick haphazardly. This is a flash pan. Saw it at an antique store yesterday. Thought it'd be a good introduction. It's not important. Worthless, actually. The class winces as the stick is chucked into the garbage bin and shattered. Excuse my absence yesterday. I had matters to take care of elsewhere. My name is Mr. Iadakan. Ladakan? Iadakan. I'm going to say Iadakan because I think that's an I. Within the blink of an eye, the teacher has replaced the sun on a stick with a fancy marker and managed to scroll his name across the board in the finest show of calligraphy. And I shall be your guide as we explore the expanse of the creative world. Let's not dilly-dally then, shall we? For a teacher, he's very animated. This first week, we'll be going in depth on the history of the fundamentals of art. Perhaps a little trial by fire as well, to get your creative juices flowing. Oh! Ah! I should save it, actually. Yes. There's murmurs from my classmates, though I pay them no mind. In fact, the prospect of doing some creative work to create something that I could possibly show off. For a brief moment, I picture my own name on a placard in the hallway outside the principal's office. For now, though, I'd like for you all to open up your books to page 394. To page 3. Right, my book. Wait, what book? Wait. Looking around, I see that everyone else has a novel-sized hardcover book opened. Oh. They must have gotten them yesterday. Now then, class, we'll be starting with... Hesitantly, I raise my hand. Mr. Iadakin, sir? I, don't have a book yet. You don't have how? The substitute passed all of them out yesterday. Joe. His eyes flicker open a second as he connects some internal dots. The word on the street is that some new kid got concussed so hard he had to leave early. Did the street at least mention I was doing well before that? Oh, of course not. You're Mr. Nito, then. Yes, sir. Given the circumstance, I'll let it slide. For now, why don't you share with one of your classmates? After class, I'll write you a note that you can give to the librarian. Thank you, sir. I kind of regret being so late because the only person I can realistically share with is the person to my side. So, hey. Oh, Olivia. Wait a minute. Wasn't she the one speeding through the hallway yesterday? Just like back then, I feel her gaze piercing and cold, as if she's not even seeing me next to her. This is Olivia, I believe. Would it be okay to share the book? It'll only be for today. Instead of a verbal response, she lets out a defeated low groan like I just spit in her cereal. She then huddles back over her page. Well, geez, sorry I asked. It's only the first real day. Maybe I won't need it. Olivia, come on. Share with him this one time. It is Olivia. I already told him I personally resolved the issue. Just help me out here, all right? Aight? Sorry. She responds by making a show of sighing deeply while rolling her head back and around. Ordinarily, there'd be a groan to go with the gesture, but she remains silent. Her head hangs low in defeat, and she nudges the book a few centimeters closer to me. Thanks. I slide my own desk closer to her, just enough that I can read the page. While our teacher orates the page as if reading from Death of a Hunter, I follow along while simultaneously trying to capture anything that stands out into my notebook. A lot more difficult than expected, as Mr. Iadakin seemed to put emphasis on every word he spoke. Okay. I felt like I was just copying the page wholesale. My eyes turned from the book to the girl's notes and... Scratch, scratch, scratch. Those are some very murderous looking claws on her fingertips. For a split second, I see them retract. She wipes her fingertips on a small hand towel and... Whoa! The claws extend again into a bright red puddle on her desk. A singular red-coloured claw is pressed onto her paper for a moment, then quickly tugged and twirled and twisted, leaving behind a bright red cursive sentence on the page. Cool. Those silver irises flicked my way once more. What? What you're doing, that looks pretty cool. A hint of red creeps across the girl's cheeks. She looks back at the book and hunches her shoulders as high as she humanly... Yeah, I was gonna say she's not a human. Dinally can. Huh? She's now leaning over her notes too, even using the book as extra protection for the pages. I should be focusing on my own notes, yeah. An impossible task now though, as the colourful calligraphy next to me has piqued my curiosity. The quill talon continues to delicately etch notes onto the page, and it only leaves the pages to dip into what looks like a tiny paint palette at the edge of her desk. The claws extend again, and now there's a faint rumbling. Olivia. Grrr. Hey. I hadn't meant to get caught up in it. Sorry, I wait for her to give me a name. She doesn't. She simply returns her focus to the book between us. I wonder what her deal is. In either case, I turn my attention back to class. Hope I can make up for lost time. It's hard to ignore the Gator girl, though. The Gator that I Wani hug. Especially when those icy grey eyes of hers feel like icicles poised to stab through me. Hey, wait a second. Those hand motions. She's not writing anything right now. She's drawing. Well, it's none of my business, but I am rather curious. I make a show of leaning back to yawn. Now I can see it's... Whoa, it's a Oh, that's so cool. Whoa, it's a calligraphic doodle of me. Is that how you say that? Calligraphic? There's no mistaking it. That's my jacket and sunglasses. That's pretty cool. Nobody's ever really drawn me before. Well, there were those others on the first day of school, but that's different. They weren't using their own claws or ink. Oh man, I can't wait. I gotta ask for a closer look. Hey. Your picture is super cool. Can I see it? She glares me in the eyes, but slowly brings out the sheaf she was doodling on. With the paper more visible, I can just barely make out all the important details. The line work is sharp, each stroke an organic curve that when combined formed what had to be me. It even had my glasses in the negative space of the head. Though, what was with the multiple swervy lines coming out of my drawing's head? Dude, this is great. She rolls her eyes and starts retracting the page. Can I take a picture of it? A pause. Why? Nobody's ever done something like that for me. I want to remember it. She passes the paper over to me. It's yours. Whoa, really? Thanks. Don't mention it. But don't. She's nice. After a grueling period made worse by my own anxiety, the bell rings to set us free. Oh god. Finally, freedom at Just stay for a minute longer, Inco. I get some sideways glances from other students as they leave, no doubt suspecting I'm a teacher's pet already. With a few strokes from his pen, Iadican hands me a note. Just show this to the librarian and she'll... Blah. Just show this to the librarian and she'll hand you your books. On your way now. Thanks, Mr. Iadican. A quick trip to the library earns me my missing books. I even got a fancy laminated library card. Iadican's introduction to his class certainly has me excited for photography next. First up though, lunch. Can't take pictures on an empty stomach. Between my lackluster breakfast and gym class, I'm starving. Despite my hunger though, I'm stopped dead in my tracks as I look around the cafeteria for a place to sit. Holy shiitake mushrooms. The whole place is overtaken by lawless anarchy. I've never seen a riot this intense. A few students have even crawled halfway up the wall, hanging by the decorative vines. Food flies about everywhere, utilized as ammunition rather than sustenance. And yet the security guard by the door isn't moving. This must be acceptable? I shudder to think what would be bad enough to warrant him taking action. I've never seen anything like this at any of my old schools. But more importantly, all the cliques have already formed from the previous day. I miss my chance to sit with anybody. Wait, it's only the second day. Why am I acting as though it's too late for anything?
Yo, Nico!
I'm shoulder checked from behind by what feels like an oversized fist or undersized boulder. If I wasn't already by a wall, I would have either been sent sprawling or made into roadkill. When I turn about, I'm met with Damien's toothy grin. Damien! Ow, what?
What, already forgot about me? You don't got anywhere to be, right?
Yeah.
You started. Come on, we're going somewhere.
May as well, right? Damien excitedly motions at me to follow through the traffic of students going about the lunchroom. Peering in through the crowd, waving me over and disappearing again like he's outrunning something. Go! Go! It's a good thing I haven't gotten my own lunch yet. It'd be dumped on the ground about 3 elbows and a slap ago. Through the clamoring, I hear something about a turf war restarting with the newest year and that megalodons will continue to rule. Somewhere mixed in is the undeniable sound of a steel chair clattering to the ground. The place is an actual war zone now. How on earth is Damien able to weave through these guys so easily? Eventually, he leads me to the far corner of the room and to his usual lunch table.
Hey, you're alive.
I think one of my ribs is cracked.
That's just the school spirit you're feeling.
Ugh. I feel less like a person and more like a well-used punching bag. I finish stretching my wounded back and actually check the table. It's basically empty. There's only one other person here. Olivia! The Gator girl gives an unamused raised brow. Hey. You.
Oh, snap. You know Olivia?
Olivia, right, yeah.
The one and only. Why didn't you tell me you met already?
Because I only sort of did. We're in the same class.
Ah, okay. I get it now. Still, that sounds awesome. All my lunch buddies are artists.
All?
Oh yeah, there's usually a third in our group, but she's out screwing around in school business. She'll probably be back tomorrow. Student council stuff can't take that long, right?
What's she need with the student council?
Oh, she doesn't need anything with the student council. She's in it. She's the treasurer.
The treasurer?
Something like that. What do you think, Olivia?
Olivia just grunts in reply. She doesn't even bother to look up from her lunch tray. Aren't you an artist too, Damien?
Nah, I don't got the patience to sit around for hours like that.
So you're not taking advantage of the art programs here?
Don't really need them. Home's just real close by. Only other artist here today is Olivia.
His arms wave over Olivia as if he was presenting her at an auction or something. For her part, the Gator girl just grunts again. Well, what do you do then, Olivia? Finally, she looks up, turning an indifferent look my way. Did she say something? What was that? The ambient war noises are a bit too loud. Can't hear a thing. Sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying over the...
Don't sweat it. She's just the real quiet type. I paint.
Whoa, hey. Holy hell, her voice sounds so raspy as if she'd never drunk a drop of water in her life. Oh my god. Guess I hadn't noticed before when she gave those one-syllable responses, but for someone's voice to be strained from a single shout. She furrows her brow and looks back down at her lunch.
Oh snap, we've been standing around for a while.
He sits back in his own seat and takes a huge bite of mystery meat steak. Right, food. After the workout and poor breakfast today, I'm practically famished now. But the line... All eyes look to where the lunch line should be. And it's become a full-blown riot. Someone's got a fire extinguisher trying to stop it.
Oh, I probably should have waited for you to get yours. Oops.
Damien returns to his steak rather aggressively. But who am I to question DINO etiquette in the act of using one's foot to anchor the food for tearing? Suddenly, the sound of squeaking rubber draws both of our attention towards Olivia. She's holding onto one of her wheels, having just skidded it across the granite floor.
Oh, what's up?
She tilts her head back towards the courtyard door behind us. It looks like there's a few vending machines out there. Oh, I guess I'll check them out. I leave the group behind to go try and get lunch. Not a fan of soda and chips for a meal, but it's enough for wartime survival. Hey, this thing accepts credit cards. Handy. I'm feeling like... My favorite color is drywall, store brand soda. I want store brand soda. Pick out a few other brands I recognize, enough to tide me over for the rest of the school day. I bend to pick up the bags from the dispenser slot and... That green chick's looking at me. She notices me gazing at her and hunches over again hurriedly. What's that all about? Right, making new friends. I buy a few extra sodas for the table. Oh. Carrying everything back in both arms, I place them on an empty spot, sliding a can of soda to Damien. He looks at me like I just tossed him a gold bar.
Whoa, dude!
The Dilo boy's mouth open wide as he chomps on the bottom of the can, his fangs piercing the thin metal and spraying its contents down his gullet. I toss some over to Olivia as well. She eyes it as though it were booby-trapped before taking a bag of chips. Damien sighs happily as he chucks the shredded remains of his can away.
Caffeine ambrosia. What were we talking about before? Olivia's art, right. She's really good, Inky, like you wouldn't believe.
Can he at least stick to a nickname? Really?
Oh, totally. She's like won awards and stuff.
She has? Can I see them? In fact, I could snap some glamour shots for you.
No need, dude. I've already got pictures on my phone.
No, I mean, hold on. I picked my backpack up from the floor, unzipping it and retrieving my beloved camera from it. I'm actually into photography. The DINO man reaches for the well-aged DSLR, and on instinct I swat his hand away.
Hey!
Sorry, force of habit.
What do you think, Olivia?
She eyes me up and down with the same furrowed brow.
Aren't you the guy that ate dirt in gym yesterday?
Damien.
Yep.
Me. No? I shoot Damien a quick dirty glance before returning to look at Olivia. It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad.
It wasn't, and how does everyone seem to know about it? Damien looks aside sheepishly.
I may have had a hand spreading the story around. I thought it was funny. Don't worry though, everyone has some embarrassing story. One time I got my frill stuck in the bathroom stool.
I didn't need to know that.
It took him an hour to get it out.
See? Everybody's got something.
Olivia pops a chin into her jaws, her face looking out to nowhere as if she's thinking of something. Damien leans close to me. One of his frills extends to hide from Olivia.
Dude, I haven't seen her talk this much during lunch since last year.
She said 3 things and one of them was a grunt. Why the secrecy?
It's like a secret meeting. Those are cool.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, this is something else. She's really warming up to you, I can tell.
He sits back down properly. Honestly, this whole thing is a little creepy. She's probably not a bad person to talk to, but Damien isn't helping any. As eager as I am to make new friends this year, this is definitely not how I thought it would pan out. Maybe it's best that I get through lunch quickly and quietly. At least I have a spot to sit during lunch. Not like I'd have any other options.
Ah, there you are, Inco.
A voice rings out to greet me, which catches our attention. I see a familiar bespectacled face walk over to us with the lunch tray in his hands.
Glad to see that you've made it to lunch this time.
Oh, hey Ben. I'm guessing you and Inky here have already met.
Introduced myself after I bumped into him the other day.
Speaking of bumps, you should have seen Inky here yesterday.
Damien lets out a cackle and slaps me on the back, igniting the gym pains in my body and almost knocking my glasses off. Ben gives a concerned half smile. This must be my eternal torment for the rest of the semester.
Yeah, about yesterday.
Ben looks down the aisle of chattering students and signals to someone with his head. Standing 10 feet away from us is an imposing-looking dinosaur girl with blonde hair, crimson scales, and sporting a fiery red leather jacket. Ben motions for her to come closer with a soft smile on his face and nod, and she smiles back, though her own is noticeably strained. Okay, I'm here. She slowly makes her way over, and I notice how some of the students begin to quieten down as she passes them by. Oh my god. As she gets closer, her intense presence invades me, and even though we're about the same height, I feel like an ant about to get crushed under her boot. Somewhere in me, a synapse connects her face to me tasting bright red rubber yesterday. I really wish it hadn't.
Inco, Mia here has something to say to you.
Mia stays silent but strides the last couple steps rigidly to stand right in front of me. She sucks in air through her teeth. Sorry. The corner of the girl's lips start to rise. I didn't mean to knock your lights out. Behind her, I notice Ben wincing. The girl lets out a laugh and lays an arm around my shoulder, her smile growing wide once more. Heat creeps along my face as her muzzle nears my ear, especially when a puff of hot air blows the lobe. The heat is torn away, though, when I feel her fingers dig roughly into my shoulder and her sharp hiss of a whisper scrapes my eardrum. That bar was me being nice, Baldy. Screw the class over again and I'll fucking end you. Nodding and understanding, Mia pushes away from me with a small cheer.
See? All clear now, Benny boy.
Mia, that's not quite...
Boo, you know how I am.
Her eyes flutter as she looks his way. Yes, I know, but you promised you would be...
Nicer, I know. And I was. So I'll be seeing you later tonight, Benny. Just like we promised.
She waves us all collectively and backs into the crowd, vanishing before either one of us can fully process her words and actions. Damien nudges my side.
Dude, I think she likes you.
Ben sighs. Sorry about that, Inco. I heard earlier about what happened to P and connected the dots. Mia comes off as rough around the edges, but she's actually really sweet. I'll, talk to her about it more later. You and her, huh? Yeah, since the start of high school. The classic jock and nerd pairing. Sounds like you're living the dream. You know it. But yeah, I'm sorry your first impression of her isn't ideal. It's fine, it was just dodgeball. Not like she was looking to do something. Yeah. Damien? Damien looks up from the rest of his meal, having selectively heard his name. Could you not spread rumors around about your fellow classmates?
No worries, Nico and I are cool.
That still doesn't make it right.
Sure. Yes, sir.
Yeah. He gives Ben a lazy salute. Ben merely sighs as he places his tray on the table and makes himself comfortable in the seat next to me. As he settles in, Ben notices my camera still out on the table. Oh, is this your camera, Inco? Huh? Oh, yeah, I was showing it to Damien and Olivia earlier. May I? I feel my instincts kick in for a moment before remembering that Ben also works with a camera. Sure, have a look. I watch as Ben gingerly picks up my camera and gives it a thorough inspection. I must say, as far as standard DSLRs go, yours is of very good quality. It's nothing too special really, just something I picked up a while back. Well, you have a good taste in camera models. He hands me back my camera, to which I place it back into my backpack. Thanks. With something like that, it'd be easy to get some great shots. Well, I do have a small collection in a portfolio drive. A portfolio? Oh, man, I'd only just got mine a month ago. I bet you've got like a dozen pieces to choose from for the New Year's art contest. The what?
He missed that announcement.
What announcement? The school has an annual art contest at the start of every new year. The winner gets a small cash prize, but the bigger prize is the fact that the winner's piece is submitted for publication in a couple big-time magazines. Olivia? Oh, wow. That sounds awesome. Of course, that also means a lot of the students plan ahead and work all summer for something to submit.
Did you do anything for it, Ben?
You know it.
Well, good luck. Liz said she'd turn in the perfect piece yesterday.
Okay, now I'm interested. Finally, a chance to show my real skill at something I'm good at.
Hey, Olivia can help you out. With your shots and her art, you two could totally win. Right, Olivia? Olivia?
We all turn our heads to Olivia, only to realize that she's disappeared. When did she leave? I know when she left. Confused, I scan around the cafeteria. My eyes manage to spot her through the crowd of students. She's rolling away towards the cafeteria doors, and quickly. Just like that, I lose sight of her as fast as I had seen her. I turn to look at Damien and Ben. Damien not only looks puzzled, but also disappointed for some reason. Ben, meanwhile, well, he almost looks annoyed that Olivia left.
Guess she hasn't changed.
So it seems. The venomous sting to his words make me feel like there's more going on than I'm aware of. I decide not to try to pry into it and instead bring the conversation back. Well, I still want to try. You can upload your submission on the school's website. Oh, then I'll need an account.
You don't have one?
Don't think so. I've been told they'll get me that stuff by the end of the week. Sounds about right. Truthfully, it takes maybe 5 minutes at most to deal with that. Then why the wait? Nobody wants to deal with it. Guess I'll wait then. Ben scratches the side of his head. I think there's someone in Stuco that could help you out, actually. It's the treasurer's duty day today.
So that's where Liz ended up.
I don't know any names, so maybe? Huh, guess I'll get to meet Liz soon rather than later. Think I'll take care of that before lunch is over then. See you in class, Ben. Sure thing.
Later, Damien. Deuces, man. Tell Liz I said hi.
I grab some of the leftover snacks from the table in my backpack and head out of the cafeteria. Finally, I can show off my skills, show that I'm just as capable an artist as anyone else here. Oh my god.